What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the best stocks that you guys need to be looking into buying for tomorrow. And let's just say things are going really well for me. If you didn't see any of my previous videos, I locked in my record day trading profits on Friday, even though I had a really stupid mistake, and I'm going to talk about that today. I locked in over $7,000 in profits on Friday and was up over $16,000 overall on the week. So crazy opportunities out there, and you guys need to take advantage of them. So that's why I'm making this video, basically to talk about what stocks you guys need to be watching and what I think they're gonna do and how I would personally trade them. So yeah, let's dive into my computer and talk about these stonks, baby. All right, guys, so I'm here on my computer, and this is one of the stocks that is popping up after hours. And again, any stock that pops up in after hours has the potential to, if it holds these gains and continues here in pre-market, if it breaks these highs, it typically goes on a pretty nice spike. So I just wanted to point this one out to you guys. This is WPRT. Again, it spiked up really hard in after hours and held those gains really well. So be watching this in pre-market, and potentially could be a really nice breakout past these levels. Let's see, OCGN. OCGN, this was another one that absolutely squeezed after hours, man. This is what actually put me back over the $7,000 mark. And again, I'll explain that in just a second, but I was at $7,800, and then I took a $2,500 loss, which put me back under. So trading this after hours, I got in right here once it broke this high of day. Again, those breakouts past the high of day, normally a pretty decent entry point. And you can see here, it started squeezing really hard after that. So definitely look out for that. Again here, I mean, just look at this. Look at this technical analysis, guys. Breaks out past this level, goes super hard, instantly breaks past that, squeezes up more, uses that as support, and then squeezes up even higher. So this could definitely continue to run on Monday. So I'm going to be watching this one. Probably not as hard as some of these OTCs though. And again, I like to focus on OTCs because for me, the momentum is a lot easier to read than it is on a NASDAQ stock like this. But I mean, this has potential, man. This definitely has potential. It's coming in nice here. I mean, what was that? 8, 9. So I mean, it's coming into that resistance here in this $10 area. I mean, we get a breakout past this, it could really go ham. So don't want to underestimate OCGN. So obviously, this is probably my biggest watch on Monday, and it's just beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. This thing is up so much, and there's been so much momentum that we have been able to ride, and I'm excited to do whatever the stock gives me, and I don't care if it goes down. I don't care if it goes up, because I'll make money regardless of what this stock does. But I just want to give you guys a little bit of perspective here. So you can see here, the first trade of the day, I saw this spiking it open, and typically, actually let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah. So typically you can take advantage of that. You see here, it dipped and then spiked really hard. And if I can go back a little bit more, I'm not sure if I can. I think this day. Okay, I guess this day was a little bit slower, but I mean, very often the stock will spike right at open, and you can take advantage of that and kind of ride that momentum. And that's what I did on this one. I got in pretty big right here, and I made $2,000 on that trade in like the first 10 minutes of the day. Beautiful trade. And then I dip bought this, and dip bought this one, bought some breakouts here. There's so many opportunities on TSNP. I love it. But if you go to this chart here, I guess let me go to the 1-year chart. It's getting overextended, guys. It is. It's getting overextended. And, could it see a couple more green days? Absolutely. I'm not saying this run is over yet, but what I am saying is when you get a huge run like this, you get a huge pullback. And what's likely going to happen is it's going to find higher lows. So is it going to fall all the way down to 30 cents, 40 cents? Probably not. At this point, it's probably not. But could it fall back under $1? Absolutely it could. So we have to see here. We have to see, and we need to be careful, especially if you're holding long term. Consider locking some in this area, and then providing support, buying back in. If it gets back under $1, gets this 60, 70 cent area, I think that could be a decent support area. 50 cents is probably going to be very strong support. I'd be pretty surprised if it gets under that area, but we'll see, man. We'll see. So this on Monday, I have no idea what it's going to do. It could spike up and break $2 and test $2.50. I wouldn't be surprised by that at this point. But it is getting overextended. So, the higher it goes, the more green days we have in a row, the more likely it is to fail. And again, let me just show you this example right here. ALPP. this stock, I mean, it went absolutely insane. You could see, I mean, it got really nice. I mean, it went from 5 cents all the way up to pretty much $5. And then it had some pullbacks, man. It went all the way down to pretty much $2 from $4.60. So over a 50% pullback. And I mean, if you sell into these big spikes and then you buy back here, you're going to be able to have more shares if you believe in it for the long term. And then it's finally able to break out again. And again, I could see TSNP having a very similar chart to this, you know. It spikes up big, fades down, finds new support, spikes up again, you know, maybe it can't break out, fades down, but makes a higher low, and then breaks out past that and goes crazy. So if you can sell, you know, into the huge spikes and then buy back more when it's below that, you have more shares, which ultimately is better for the long run. And obviously there are tax implications of this if you're not trading in a Roth IRA like I am. So just keep that in mind. But I mean, so many opportunities. ALPP, this was another one, man. This was another one. I was just showing it as an example, but I mean, it's been going ham. Lots of dip buy opportunities on this one, and also riding momentum. This had a lot of green candles in a row. Actually, let me show you guys one thing on TSNP. So here are a couple videos. Again, I made this video December 7th, back when the stock was, I mean, around 10 cents. But you can see here, there's several times. Is this on HD? I guess it is on HD. Yeah. So there's several times here where the stock, you know, it has a nice dip and a nice bounce, but it can't get back above. And then a nice dip and a nice bounce, but it can't get back above. And then a nice dip, nice bounce, can't get back above. And then it just fails. And there's a bounce, but it fails and breaks below the low of that bounce. And this is kind of scary, man. You know, if you're in from 17, it gets down to, you know, almost 10 cents here. And that's typically what happens on a panic like this. You know, we saw on this panic day, this was the day it broke below 10 cents after the first earnings call back in December. And, I mean, it had a spike at open, but then there was a huge panic, bounced off of that, couldn't break above these levels, and then slowly faded down, you know, had some fake out bounces, faded down some more, and then finally found a bottom down here. So typically what happens is when you have stocks like this that are up so much, and there's people who believe in it a ton, there's a lot of times where people don't sell on the first dip because they just expect it to bounce. So when you get the bounce that fails and then it panics past that, and then a bounce that fails and it panics lower, there's people who are like buying the dip, expecting to get nice profits, but then it fails past that, and then they end up panic selling as well. So you kind of get like a bouncing fade, and it just goes lower and lower. So we could see a really nasty red day on TSNP, and it will happen at some point. It will happen at some point. No stock is green every single day. No stock is green every single day. There's no other word for it. So this will have a red day eventually, and you know, you got to be careful when that happens because it could be uglier than you expect. And that's all I'm going to say. You know, if you believe strongly in this, feel free to hold it. But you know, just know that potentially there's a huge panic coming. And if it continues going up, I will ride that. And if it panics, I will look to buy the panic and cut losses if it goes against me because I don't know how far it can fall. Definitely can fall a long way. Let's see, FORW. This is one I screwed up royally. I got in, where did I get in? I got in at the, I think it was the break of, what was it, the break of 60 cents or something like that. Maybe it was the break of 58 cents because I saw it couldn't break here. So I got in and it wasn't doing anything. It was stalling out, wasn't going up, and I got a little sketched out. So I ended up selling. So I bought here and I ended up selling. And it went on this massive run without me. And I was able to take, obviously, some profits because, I mean, I still made over $2,500 on it on Friday. But, man, I would have made so much on this. I want to say 30,000 shares from right here. That would have been a lot of money, man. But this one, same thing. 500 million warrants of TSNP. So it kind of mimics it, but sometimes it's a little delayed. Sometimes it doesn't mimic it exactly. So this is definitely going to be on the watch list as well. If you get a big panic like this, a ton of red candles, it's normally a really good dip buying opportunity. If TSNP keeps running, this will keep running as well. So definitely be watching FORW. Now on to OZSC. Man, my throat's tickling me. I don't know why. This ran up a lot. And, you know, it's holding its gains into close, but they just announced on January 12th that they had to retract their press release because they didn't have the authorization to issue the press release. So that's probably pretty bad news. You know, if you announce some good news and then say, oh, just kidding, I'm not allowed to announce that. Typically, that's not a good thing. So I would be surprised if this doesn't see some type of panic. But again, if we get a nice panic like this, it could be a really nice dip buying opportunity. So definitely be looking for that. SFOR is another one. Another OTC stock that, I mean, had a really nice breakout past these levels, man. Really nice breakout here. So many OTC stocks that I'm watching for dip buys and for breakouts. This is just another one. Just another one, man. If you see here, I guess let me go 3 months. This is the important level on SFOR. So if this can rip past 21 cents, this thing is going to see a really, really nice breakout. So, you know, 20 cents is also a psychological barrier because, again, it's that whole 10 number multiplied by 2. So be watching for that. I'd be looking to buy this breakout, man. Ride this momentum while I can, or dip buy it. Definitely going to be doing something interesting. After hours is looking a little weird. I don't know if that's a late print or what, but we'll see how this opens. And I'm definitely be trying to trade this one. AITX. This is another one, man. I underestimated the breakout of this one. I believe I got in at 12.50 on the break here and just got bored and got out right before this big spike. Same thing that happened on FORW. But this one is always in play. Always in play. And, you know, we break out over this area. Could see a really nice run. So I'm looking to trade that. I'm looking to trade breakouts and dip buys. My favorite patterns. OCGN, okay, I already talked about that. ALYI, this is another OTC stock. Look at that beautiful run, man. Beautiful run, beautiful panic dip buy. Beautiful run, beautiful panic dip buy. And, you know, it's just nice. Lots of opportunities, lots of volatility. And I love stocks like this. It's just one you want to keep on your watch list. Got a lot of green days, so we could see a bigger panic and then a big bounce. But we'll see. Definitely could see some more green days. LTBR. Oh, I guess I saw that. Maybe that was on Trade Ideas. I think that was on Trade Ideas. PHBI. I think this is another OTC stock that's running hard, and you gotta be looking for the opportunities, man. You know, if you have 20 OTC stocks that you can be watching for a panic dip buy, you're gonna have a lot more opportunities than if you're just waiting for that panic dip buy on one OTC stock, and that's why I have so many on my watch list. So again, you get too many red candles in a row, it's a beautiful dip buy. Or you break out past these levels, past these intraday resistance levels that it can't break out past. Boom, boom, goes on a nice little run. It's so predictable, man. It's so predictable. I love it. MJNA, this is another one. And this had a nice run, but then kind of like a little pullback here. So if we look at the 3 month chart, it's still a green candle. It still broke out, but, you know, closed under half, you know, I guess that wick is more than half the body, so definitely need to be careful on this one. Could see a morning panic with a dip buying opportunity. That's what I'm looking for on this one. INKW. This one was just kind of fading, and then it popped up nice once it found a bottom there. So, you know, had a couple red days in a row, but nothing crazy. Didn't close down there, so I'm not sure what I expect on this. Maybe it could continue spiking now. After a couple of red days, maybe we get the first green day again. So we'll see what happens on this one. But again, I'm looking for breakouts and panic dip buys. Breakouts and panic dip buys. SNDD. Yeah, this one, I mean, just another one. Literally another one. I'm not even going to say, because if you guys don't know what I'm looking for on this one by now, I don't know how to help you. WDLF. This is another one. GTLL. Off the top of my head. I was trying to buy this one at that 1 cent breakout mark, and I was focusing on other stocks, man. I missed it. Had a really nice pop up initially. Probably would have sold into that spike initially, taking my gains there. Then came back under for a little bit, and then just went on a big run, up over 50% on the day. That's crazy. That's beautiful, man. KBSF. I'm not sure if I just saw this one on Trade Ideas. I guess, you know, this one probably not worth keeping your eye on. ALPP, I already talked about that one. Cuba, up on some news. BLDV, I randomly bought a million shares of this a couple times. Luckily, I cut my losses. Otherwise, that would have been bad. I think I bought it in the breakout area here or something like that. So, yeah, I'm glad I cut that. But, I mean, this one has some volatility. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. But probably not, you know, super high on the watch list, I would say. And, yeah, I mean, BMIX. These aren't really moving too much anymore. HIPH, ENZC, that one still ran. Yeah, that one had a beautiful dip buy. I don't know if I talked about that one. SMPW, still running, so you know, definitely worth keeping an eye on. I think that's pretty much it. SIRC, CTYX, ENKS. So I don't know if I mentioned this one. Yeah, this one went beautiful. I mean, beautiful breakout of this area. Beautiful breakout of this area. I mean, beautiful, man. That's just crazy. So breaks out past that $2 psychological area. Could definitely continue to run. Definitely got to keep that on your watch list. Looking to buy breakouts on this one or panic dip buys. And yeah, I guess on TSNP, I just want to explain what happened. So I think on this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know exactly where I did it, but I ended up dip buying 10,000 shares. And when you start getting up there, you know, you're trading 10,000, 100,000, a million shares, you start to miss zeros if you're not really careful. And what I did was I dip bought 10,000 shares and I sold 10,000 shares, except I forgot a zero. So I sold 1,000 shares. And then I still had 9,000 shares, you know, down here. And I don't know exactly where it was. Maybe it was here and I only sold 1,000 and then it was through this huge dip. I don't know exactly what happened, but I mean, I lost $2,500 because of that mistake. So very, very frustrating for me. And just be very careful with your zeros, guys, once you're starting to trade with more size, because you can instantly get back your losses and then become frustrated and trade a lot worse because of your frustration. So that's just something that I've been dealing with, and just wanted to help you guys out. You know, make sure you double check the amount of zeros that you're selling. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Be ready, because I'm gonna have a new setup. I'm about to try to go buy 3 more monitors, get a quad monitor set up, because you know I need it with all the stuff that I'm doing. So hopefully that will be cool to show you guys. And yeah, show me what setups you guys have in the Discord. Feel free to throw that in there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.